Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome.
I'm an animal.
Back in Ukraine. Welcome. Thank you for boarding with Land Your Plane podcast. I am your pilot instructor, Della Nucci, alongside with my flight attendants. You are on flight 32, I think. Yeah, flight 32. Title, destination title, or treatment. Introduce yourselves.
Well, greetings. I was seeing if Sister Sunny wanted to go first. But Venus Noir is on flight, ready for takeoff.
And yay, this is Sunny Moon here with the woman's perspective, here to take off.
It's your boy Money Bags Extraordinaire. Put the money bag so extraordinaire, aka Gemini, aka Let's Get It.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from my auntie and uncle you ain't even know you had. And yeah, I'm ready to take off. You know what I mean? Like closing the strip club.
Let's do it. How y'all feeling? How y'all living today, man?
I woke up today.
Yes, sir.
Blessed and highly favored, as they say.
No complaints.
Only when I'm on stage and they can laugh at me.
With you,
Really?
with you, brother, with you.
We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
As long as they laughing.
As long
Yeah.
as when you're a comedian, you just want them laughing.
Yeah, that's the Anybody who says that, like, oh, don't let them laugh at you. They ain't never been a comedian. They don't know what it's like on stage. The silence. You just be happy to hear them laughing. Like, please laugh at me. You don't think nothing I'm wearing is funny? Laugh at me.
Please land my plane.
Today's show, man. Title or treatment? Do you want the title, boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife? Or do you want the treatment, boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife treatment? Today we're going to try to find out, see where y'all
What you taking
stand,
Janelle for?
see what's going on. Y'all do this. Ladies, what's your definition of title? Don't look it up right now.
Don't Google nothing.
Usually a title means that person is committing their emotions to you more than anybody else romantically.
Committing more than romantically?
A title? Correct. It could be more than romantically as well. Yes.
Okay. V?
When I think of a title, I think of not a label, but like you're giving a name to a role or a position someone has in your life or the role that they're playing, like a title of a book. So if I'm in your life and I don't really have a title per se, I'm not your girlfriend, I'm not your wife, I'm not your friend, then nothing is defined. So to me, a title is how you define something.
Okay. Define. We got the role, define, and we got...
You give it a name. It's how you name it. Is that better? I think that might be a better word choice. How you name something.
Okay.
Because of its significance in your life, or in the role that it's playing in your life.
Understood. That's where you land.
I land my plane, yes.
Fellas, what's your definition of title?
Status.
Status thing.
Yeah, they want that. They want that. Like, say you got 3 girls. One of them wants to be the main one. The title. Status. I've been here longer.
Gotcha.
In that scenario, you know what I mean? Title, status will be important, right? I land.
I would say a title is a perceived conception of a purpose or an idea of one that the person either you see them as or they see themselves as. Because I done been in positions where people tell, it ain't like I get bullied, but I done had a bitch tell me, they my girl. I'm your girl. Like, treat me like your girl. So I feel like I think the true definition or power in it is who gives you the title. Do you receive it yourself or do you take it? And then yeah, so I would say it's just it's a thing that they've seen other people do or achieve that somebody else might be wanting to also be doing at some point. Now I'll land with that.
All right. Definition. I don't know if this is the Webster's or whoever, but the definition. Definition of title is the explicit verbal label given to in a relationship. Status. This is my boyfriend or this is my wife. It serves us as a social and legal boundary. It announces to the world exactly where you stand, what rules apply to the relationship, and what future is expected. So I think all of y'all was along those lines. So everybody has the definition of title. Now let's go to treatment. What's your definition of treatment? Anybody could take the floor. We ain't gotta.
Your definition of treatment?
Treatment in regards to a boyfriend or girlfriend or husband and wife treatment.
Is this what you accept? I don't accept certain things, so treat me like this, male or female. And you get this if you treat me like this.
So a reward system.
Mm-hmm.
That's what treatment is to you, a reward system, you said?
In so many words, it could be that, but I'm not gonna have rewards. What you getting a reward for? You're supposed to do it. If I choose you or whoever chooses whoever, there's something there that you can treat me like I'm supposed to be treated. That's my take.
Okay.
I would say treatment is, did you land your plane, Jim?
Yes, ma'am.
Is, mutual respect. Respect, and how you treat me. I mean, I think we all might have grown up do unto others as you would have them do unto you, per se. That doesn't always work, but I think we all had that in our upbringing at some point, But I would say it's respect, I'm a human being. I want to be treated like a human being. I want to be treated like I matter. So that's what I would say. And I land with that.
Treatment is respect and and treatment is reward. Who's next? Sonny, Dirk, Sonny.
I would say treatment is example of how you've been raised, what you've seen, past relationships, how that person conducts themselves with you, and all of those things. Because if somebody behaves a certain way, that's going to change the treatment. You know, if somebody's a person who goes to church a lot, you could find yourself, even if you're not a church person, if they're not into cursing, you could find yourself cursing less. And you know, you might still curse a little bit, but you just talking to them, the way they're being treated is being treated maybe differently from somebody else who you know is more hood and who's in the cursing more. So I feel like it's all those things play a factor in treatment. And I'll land with that.
So you're saying behaviors, to sum that up like that?
Yeah, I mean that's a good one. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, behaviors towards certain people at certain times in certain situations.
Okay. Respect, reward, and behavior. Sonny, definition of treatment.
Definition of treatment to me is just how I'm feeling when someone is reacting to me. So treatment to me could be
Saying cause and effect.
emotionally, right? Emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually.
Okay. So we got behavior, reward, respect, and cause and effect. All right. The definition reads the daily actionable behavior, emotional intimacy, and financial or domestic support a person gives to their partner. It is how you show up in a relationship, doing the actual work of loving, protecting, and building with someone, regardless of what they are called. So, I think there was a couple in regards to that or what y'all was talking about. Or all y'all feel that you had to define that. Did your definition line up with that, y'all feel?
Yeah,
I think
so
it's pretty close. Yeah, I think it's close.
Right.
Well, I was on the phone. I couldn't hear what you were saying, brother.
I said I read the definition. Do you think your definition lined up with what I just read?
I didn't hear what you read.
I'll read it again for you. I got you.
Thank you.
The treatment definition reads as the daily actionable behavior, emotional intimacy, financial or domestic support a person gives to their partner. It is how you show up in the relationship, doing the actual work of loving, protecting, and building with someone, regardless of what they are called. So I don't think it's a reward system as far as what you was defining.
No, you did the award system. I kind of like agreed with it, but I didn't say award system.
I'm saying you
I
say get something, get if you give me this, I'll give you that. That's what that's called. I just summed it up to try to.
I got it, but it is because then who misses the like that right there? Somebody's gonna miss the boat. Like you, like I told you to. Like I don't know. I want to go next. I land with that.
No, you
I didn't
go.
say nothing, but
That's what that was for because I explained earlier that, or not, Dirt. You can explain it about the definition thing.
Well, the idea and reality of life is most of us, you know, had no words, and based on the words we know, we have our own personal definition of those words based on our life experience and things like that. If you ask multiple people the same word, what does we mean? They might give you different definitions because we to them is going to mean what it means to them. But when you look in the dictionary, that's the only true definition to some extent. That's the only accurate definition. If you know, so when we think of like a word like treatment, we all can have our own ideas of what treatment means. Or if you think of, oh, what does it mean to be in a relationship? You know, if we say that to you, if I say to you, what does it mean to be in a relationship? You might mean, oh, relationships can mean, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend, or, you know, friends with benefits, or whatever. Or, you know, it ain't a relationship till you get a title. But then when you look at the definition, you'll see that, like you said, pause, you can have a relationship with the same sex and the opposite sex, and they mean different things. That just calling it a relationship doesn't mean you have to be fucking the person. It just means a connection to a person. You know what I mean? That you and this person is connected in a relationship. So yeah, it's something that we do in recovery. If your sponsor does that with you, they'll make you look up a word, like I said, like we or power or unmanageability, and what does that mean to you? And then you tell them what it means. And then after you tell them what it means, you have to look. Well, you tell them what it means, and you look up the definition, and let them, and you find out what it really means. And hopefully, knowing what the word that you're talking about really means, it helps you get a greater understanding and a different behavior now that you know that word means this. You feel me?
I got it. Respectfully.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Respectfully. With that being said, thank you, Dirk. I'm gonna have y'all pick title or treatment. Which one do y'all want to stand on tonight?
Treatment.
Treatment.
Dudes is on treatment.
Yeah,
ladies.
that's treatment.
Ladies, which one y'all standing on?
Sister Sunny, which one are you standing on tonight?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who's going first?
No, you know, it really doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm with the
Nah, it
flow.
matters. It matters tonight.
Nah, we're not.
Okay, matters
No
tonight.
scapegoat.
So,
No scapegoat.
It
title
matters
or
tonight.
Yeah.
I think females are very into titles. You
You.
know, I think we want it to be, we want clarity in most
That's not
cases.
fair. That's not fair. Me and Mo said what we. You gotta pick what you like.
Yes, I want a title because I feel that with the title
Okay.
it has clarity. It has clarity. Clarity comes with titles.
Exactly. And I'm going with V as well. Titles.
Okay,
See,
good. That's
see,
good. That's
see what's
good.
going on, right? Do you see what's going on, right? It's crazy.
No, this is good. This is good because it worked out. It worked out right to where.
Hey Mo. We got
Yeah,
each other, Mo. We got each
yeah,
other, bro.
respectfully. Yeah, we got it because it's obviously a team sport. I ain't even know what every man plays.
It is not. We're supposed to be
Yo,
bringing
you
the
gave
female
it. Y'all picked the
perspective.
same title,
We're
right?
females. We're bringing the female perspective. Isn't that what we're doing? You know, on the plane tonight, on
That's true. No,
Every
that's true.
episode, Monday through
every flight.
Friday.
That's true. Not respectfully. No, I get it.
No, yeah,
I get
respectfully,
it.
we love the perspective, but it worked out right to where now it's almost like a versus. So now we do have title versus treatment, and during the show, that's why that's.
What do you pick?
Hmm?
You break the ice, nigga.
Yeah, I got you. Title versus
Nigga,
treatment.
help me. Help me.
I
I'll throw
got you.
lightsabers out there. Don't worry, I got you.
You
I'm
don't
back.
need
I'm
him, Gemini.
neutral.
I got you. You don't need him. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Love you, Mo. Love you, Mo.
I'm neutral. I'm neutral. Or we hopefully people in the comments they'll be able to guess what side I'm
No.
on.
I won't stand for the woman to say that. So what do you pick, bro?
Like I said, title versus treatment, and y'all could call people out during the thing because now both of y'all
See what we
stand on the
doing?
side. So if you hear something that
Title or
sounds
treatment?
like title, then you call the person out. Hold
Title
up,
or
it sounds
treatment?
like treatment. And if a person that pick treatment sounds like it's title, you call them out.
Yo, little big bro said title.
Say that again.
That's crazy. Yeah, little big bro said title. He wants the title.
He wants the title.
He must
Wow.
think you're talking about a wrestling belt or something.
He wants to be the champ.
Tell him you're not talking about WWE. He'll change it.
All right,
We
so we're
stand
gonna
alone,
start.
man.
First question. First question to the ladies. If your boyfriend gets beat up, is he husband material?
My boyfriend gets beat
Personally,
up.
right. I was like, personally, I'm 5 foot, so I'm gonna say no. I need a protector. I only weigh 140, so I can't get out there and help you, bro. I will try. But beat up is a big thing depending on the person's size. But if you can't protect me, you're not husband material to me. And I learned.
That's crazy. But okay.
You said we could call him out for treatment. That don't sound like a title. That sounds like treatment, whether they can protect you or not. Treatment would be a protection. That wouldn't be a title. The title of your husband should remember it's just the title or the title of his wife.
He's your husband, your boyfriend, regardless of if he gets beat up.
Look. You can marry a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
You can marry a bitch ass nigga. You can marry that. Because you want the title.
Yeah, you just want the title. You good. He already covered you. He gave you the title. He ain't have to give you the protection.
Comes with obligations.
He gonna tell you whatever type of situation it is. He gonna tell you should have mind your business.
I would hate to be married to that person because either my boyfriend and my ex-husband will never let that happen. But again, entitlement does come with actions of protecting.
From the
That's the
goalpost.
whole point of the title is because you're putting yourself in a predicament where you are one with that person. And as a man dating a woman, you should want to be the protector. That's the objective of a man because you build. Island.
I'm only going with what this nigga said to do. He said if what they said sounds like treatment, I just wouldn't say if there's a separation of the two words, I'm just saying that's what one feels like. I'm not disagreeing with your point. I'm just saying if those words they don't mean the same thing, and those two things are different, that I would say protection would be a treatment part opposed to a title part. But I get what you mean though completely.
And I love it. But yes, Mo.
Intriguing. So the question is, if my boyfriend gets beat up, is he husband material? Was that the question?
Correct. If I get beat up, you're still gonna try. Am I still your husband? Am I still your boo?
It depends on how long we've been in the relationship.
It depends.
Yes. If
I
we
gotta
just
hear
Depends on what.
how long we've been in the relationship. If it's a new relationship, then I'm questioning,
whether it's going to continue.
What do you mean a new relationship?
Right.
Wait,
so
he caught
so
two losses.
I'm your man.
You feel me? Like
he lost
come on
the fight
now.
and his girl. He lost the fight and his girl.
He's about to hang himself. He's about to call it quits on life.
but
Wait, she didn't even hit him with the ice pack.
If I've been with him for a while, I'm gonna
now, not to mention, we never said what type of fight he lost, right? We're just going off of he lost the fight, right? Like, look at the scenario. It could have been he just lost the fight. Ain't got nothing to do with you. He just lost the
I had
fight.
an ex that got in a fight with 4 police officers once.
Damn.
Because it took 4 police to bring him down. He was
But that's not a fight.
But I'm just saying he was abnormally.
That's getting jumped in. Jumped in. He got jumped in.
Because one cop couldn't handle him, so they had to an
But
extra.
that's what. But look. That's we're talking about streetwise, because cops don't fight one on one. It's a
Yeah.
slaughterhouse, right?
But
So, so
I'm just, but we're
I'm
supposed to
sorry he went through
are
that.
we
I'm sorry he went
oh
through that,
you're
right?
interrupting my thoughts. You just broke the rules.
It's the free floor. It's a free floor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a free floor. On this one, it's a free floor. So
No, it's
now
not.
Okay.
The females are answering right now.
you just said it's if anybody can answer.
She's answering. Let her answer, and then if you got questions for her,
My fault. I apologize.
We're only teasing you, Jim. But I say that because if you're in love with someone, I mean, really in love, and you cohabitating together, and he comes in the house and he's had an experience, um, I think I would be more inclined right away to take care of him, like get him some ice or something. I would be concerned. But if in a new relationship, yeah, you would be concerned if this man could potentially be someone that could protect you in the future. Yes. But if you're in the relationship and you already know him and it was just something, that happened at a bar or a club, then you would have concern. I would have concern either way. But if it's a new relationship, I would question, like Sonny said, if he could be my protector in the future.
and that's what Mo's saying because that sounds more like treatment than the title. Because,
But
like
see,
you said,
that
you
that's
look at
not applicable. That's not applicable because see, with a title comes treatment automatically. Like
no. No,
What? See what I'm talking about? See what they demand? We just can't get beat up. We gotta go after we get beat up. We gotta deal with that.
No, a title doesn't. That's what we was talking about when we was going through the menu. We was talking about that no. So essentially you gotta expect if somebody's getting married to a person that's in prison, they're not gonna get the same treatment as a person who's married to a person who's in the world. But they still get the title. They still gonna get the title of a wife, and they're not gonna get the protection of that person either, because that person's in prison. They can't protect them from prison. They're not gonna get none of those treatments, but they'll still get the title.
And
but those
women
are
love marrying
extenuating
prisoners.
circumstances.
But I'm just
Those
using,
are
I know, but I'm only using that as an example just to say how a title can be different from treatment. That's all I'm
okay.
saying. And I
Okay.
know
Yeah,
that
you,
I get
you
that's
But that
I
sounds
get
like a
that's a
lifeline pen pal, though. That don't sound like a title. It sounds like a lifeline pen pal. Like, yeah, marry
if
me.
you married the dude, that's your husband.
this is your husband, and he dude's
that
in
that's
jail.
that
That's the
that that's
circumstances
on
what's
you
going on.
though. Look, that's on you.
Also
You
married
married the nigga.
in prison.
You
Crazy.
went outside. You went outside to go inside. So you married the nigga that's inside. Can't protect you. Can't. Can't do nothing with you. He'll be home next year. Meanwhile, you're getting pressed real heavily. And talking, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. My man will be home soon. He's going back to jail.
He's on
My man be
parole.
home soon. My
He
man
just
be
got
home
out. He's
soon.
on
He gonna
parole.
fuck niggas up. Watch this. Watch this. He's going right back to jail.
It sounds
So
like
he
you're
can't protect you.
hating right now, like you hating on the baby in jail. He got
No,
loyalty. On
I'm giving what women want, marrying a nigga in prison. Can't protect you. You can live off of when he get home, he gonna fuck you up. When he fuck him up, you don't know this mental state, nigga. He's killing niggas.
But have
Now
you
he's
guys ever
back
watched
in
Love
jail.
After Lockup? Have you guys watched Love After Lockup? I think it's on
We're doing
I
TLC.
scenarios. We're just
I
doing
have.
scenarios. We're
There's
just doing
plenty of
scenarios.
men there that have taken care of women, bought them clothes, have their family and friends check on them, make sure they're okay. So, I
What
mean,
they
in different
don't show
situations,
you, what they
a lot
don't
of
show you,
people
what they
that
don't show you, what they don't show you is what the man's really like. Because it's a take on every show. All right, let's screen this. There's a wild out period where I want to, just let me go deal with my family. I watched it.
because you get everything. You get them cheating, you get them watching them taking care of five different females. You get them coming out. This new episode they got out. This nigga came out and literally had two females thinking his date was 2 days prior, so he had to go get dressed again for the second day and act like he's getting released again. It's wild. That show is wild. Watch it in Island.
I gotta watch
So
that because I used
fellas,
to watch that show.
fellas,
I do
I ask
watch
you,
the show.
fellas, I ask you, if your girlfriend gets beat up, is she wifey material?
Watch our answer.
You want to go first, Jim?
I'm just gonna make sure she doesn't get jumped. Like a one-on-one. I don't care, nigga. You can get back.
You want to?
Long as y'all walked away. Long as y'all walked away, no gun violence, right? No gun violence, right? Long as y'all walked away, you ain't get jumped. I made sure everything was copacetic, one-on-one. That's protection.
No, she gets beat up. Is she wifey material? Not the jump, not the scenario that you just put. She gets beat
No,
up. Is she wifey
yeah,
material?
she still is. Yeah, she still is. That's the answer I'm saying. Like I'm
Oh, okay.
just presenting it that way. But that's the answer.
Respectfully,
Yeah, she
respectfully.
still is. She can lose a fight. You can get back at her. You feel what I'm saying? Like let me speak, bro. You can get back at her. She's wifey material. You can get back at her. And I know how to fight, so I'm gonna train you or put you in the gym, and you're gonna get right. That's what we men gonna do that because we love you, right?
Gotcha. Respectfully.
You just lost the fight. That's it. You just lost the fight. You walked away from the fight, didn't you? Men don't walk away from fights.
Dirt, your girlfriend get beat up, she wifey material?
I know you might say this is not relevant, but it would be relevant to my decision. What the actual fight was about. I'm just
right.
No, that would mean to me. No, that would make me want to know if she my wife or not. Because if she's fighting over some shit that I feel is childish, I wouldn't say she's wifey material. Now,
Right.
if you get what I mean,
I respect that. Yeah.
I got you. And if it was warranted, she tried to stand up for herself and got beat up.
That's definitely 100. That's definitely 100.
Then I'm gonna hold her down. Yeah, it's life. I don't expect women to be tough anyway. She's a woman. I don't expect her to be able to fight or knock somebody out. But my whole thing is, like I said, it's gonna be more or less, what was you fighting about? Was you fighting at our son's graduation or your son's graduation for a seat? Like,
emotional damage.
Like, what was you fighting about, and how would I have fought about that or not? And would I think that's something that's worth fighting over? Because to me, that's the person I'm gonna be. Maybe, if that's my wifey, she basically a wife without having a ceremony. And I'm not gonna want to have a person, my wife, who I feel like is fighting over bullshit. Could you have walked away? You know what I mean? These are all things that's going to be relevant to me. Not whether it's less about whether she won the fight and more, like I said, to me, about what was the fight about. That'd make me go, nah, she's not wifey material. She over there fighting over some bullshit.
And
then, like you said, because I do feel like I want to protect the person I'm with to some extent, you know what I mean? Now I'm going to have to protect her over some bullshit. Now I'm going to end up having my situation put in danger because you don't know
what is the outcome, bro.
What is outcome. And now I definitely know I got to protect you. Because last time I didn't protect you, you got beat the fuck up. You got beat up. So now it's a whole thing going on. So that would be my biggest point. Yeah.
If I know you can't fight, then I'm going to protect you. But if you can hold your own and I got your surroundings one-on-one, you feel me? It is what it is. You just lost the fight. She's better than you. She hit you with that shit you didn't see. That doesn't mean you're not wifey material. But if you, like bro said, if you argue over there for some fucking Chuck E. Cheese pizza, then we got a problem. And I seen a hell of videos where niggas fight at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh. Hey, that pizza is good though. It's small, but it's good.
And ladies, do y'all feel what they were saying was on title? They standing on title, or you feel like it sound like treatment?
Hmm.
If my girlfriend loses a fight, She lost the fight. She's still wifey. She's still wifey material. Like almost like what Dirt said. Depending on what is over, but you can't really determine that because we could, like I said, we can get to a point to where we husband and wife now, and something petty could trigger her. Something can go off. It's not going to be that dead point to where I'm going to think of it like, damn, I picked the wrong choice. No, if she loses a fight while my girlfriend, she lost the fight because you can't win them all. Wife, that's how I feel. Ladies, are we lying? Do we sound like?
No, I feel you're telling the truth.
Not so much telling the truth. You see
Are we
how?
standing on title or are we talking about treatment?
Yeah.
I think you're talking more about treatment.
Mm-hmm.
But she still keeps her title. She doesn't lose her title.
You can't have two things at once.
What you mean? What do you mean? How you? I mean, yeah. That eventually, I'm saying that you can't have. Eventually, you're
See, you
gonna show
always
that
try to
you
move the
can't have both.
goalposts, man. Yeah, you always try to move it. It's the emotions in y'all. Like both answers, you can't
It's
say it's right. You got to pick one and stand strong. Like that gut feeling when you know your man is cheating. Gut feeling. Right now, have that gut feeling. Stand on one.
Now, B, you onto something. I mean, I still think it's treatment. Again, it's a female. We're not supposed to be strong. We're not supposed to be gladiators. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. So, of course, a man looking at a woman losing doesn't look that way. But for a woman, we are built to know that a man is a provider, a builder. So if I'm watching you lose, especially in different ways or in that fight or multiple fights or whatever, it makes me think about me as a person. Like, who am I want to follow behind? I don't want to follow somebody that, one, is getting bullied, and two, looks like a coward.
She threw that in there like 4 or 5 times. Multiple times to get beat up. It takes for y'all, it just took one. You just said one time to get beat up, he ain't husband material.
Oh, he
For
got
us,
beat up
it's
in the
that
conversation. That's why they started fighting. They started fighting. He got beat up, and now he losing me because he got beat up in the conversation and in a physical fight. That's 3. That's why he ain't got no wife.
Damn. He got bullied out of his girl. Now, would you get with the dude that beat him up?
No,
that's my
no,
man.
no, I wouldn't. Because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not to be with somebody that
Step
gets beat up.
over that nigga. Step
That's
over him
crazy.
to go, what's your name? What's your name?
It has happened.
I know. I
But
seen
that's
it.
so
That
yeah, but
has
that's that,
happened.
but the thing about that is it's so crude that just one fight, you automatically dismiss us. And we just told you that long as it's a one-on-one, and then you try to throw in multiple fights. If he loses multiple fights, then don't. It's a red flag, right? Respectfully. He's
No,
good
I
at
didn't
other
say
things,
that. I said he
not
lost
fighting.
in multiple ways. Maybe,
Yeah, he said
yeah, I
multiple
think he
ways.
lost in multiple ways. And in case that happened, he lost in 3 different ways. But again, like I said, this conversation is going to be the opposite because again, the man is not going to look at a woman at the man unless she's a transsexual man. So of course, you're going to think that we're going to be soft. So to watch your female boss up and beat up on a female, you still gonna be low key like yo, but you're gonna be proud. Feel me? Because you're not thinking your woman is going. Woman is not. That's not our objective. But men, that's what you guys are. So you can't put that on our backs. You guys are the authority. You guys are the space to build. So you can't put that on our back, Gemini. That's all I'm saying. It's not the same subject. We're women and you guys are men. So of course we put you at a higher standard in when it comes to strength. Because you're supposed to. You're a man.
If
And you should be proud. You
things
should be
pop
proud
off
that
at Chuck
you're
E.
a
Cheese, who you think is popping off first, Papoose or Clarissa?
oh, guys, you already know.
That's crazy because Clarissa will pop off first.
You
That's
know, I mean,
crazy.
people will be behind
Because
her.
we can look at their status. I'm not saying that Papoose won't fight. I'm just saying she's a boxer. Is she still get in trouble because her hands are licensed? You feel me? You can't do certain shit. And nowadays, 2027, people want clout, right? So just be mindful of that. Her hands are licensed, licensed to kill. So Papoose will be like, all right, watch this. If y'all want to continue the issue, one on one, ain't no jumping, even though they can't jump Clarissa because she hands are still. But
No,
Papoose will definitely try to break the shit the fuck up.
respectfully. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next one is
I got you, Sonny. I got you, Sonny.
the no label long term. No, the no label long term commitment. A couple has lived together for 5 years. They share a mortgage. They have integrated their families completely. However, they refuse to get married because they believe their daily commitment is stronger than a legal piece of paper. Question to the females is, can a woman truly claim she is secure in the treatment if she is willing to forfeit the legal protection that come with the title of a wife? Yeah, that's a kind of long.
That's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna say this though. You just said they got a mortgage. So right there, that's marriage. I tell people all the time that I refuse to get married again. I did get married in 2014. The next step to marriage to me will be a bonding, and that's the closest that you can get. And so if it's a business, a house, whatever, etc., those do bond you into a contract as a marriage because when you decide to leave, that they you guys do have to separate those apart as well because both of your names are on it. So even if you're not legally bonded, which is better not because all they doing is using you for your taxes. They a whole list. If you don't live in California, you probably don't understand what I'm saying, so you probably don't want to get married. You just want to gain businesses, gain commodity, and that's a great thing to blend a family. You know how hard it is to blend a family. It's super hard to blend a family. I mean, that's a great accomplishment. I hear it. I land.
Yeah.
Okay, so I missed the question because the app crashed and I had to log out and log back in.
My bad. I got you right now. Can you hear us? Everything loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can a woman truly claim she is secure in her treatment if she is willing to forfeit the legal protection that comes with the title of a wife?
That is a mouthful. So is a woman, can you repeat that? Is a woman
Secure in
secure
her treatment
in her treatment?
if she's willing to forfeit all legal protections that come with the title of a wife. Oh, you want me to read the scenario? You probably didn't hear the scenario. A couple has lived together for 5 years. They share a mortgage and has integrated their families. However, they refuse to get married because they believe their daily commitment is stronger than a legal piece of paper.
Okay, so no, she's not secure. And I've seen situations personally in which there's some women that end up even on the street because they did not have the legal documentation. Even a situation recently, one of my cousins, she'd been with her man for quite some time. He got really sick recently and had to, he was in intensive care for a while. It was really scary. And now his wife, I mean, excuse me, his family is kind of distant. He's somewhat estranged from them. All of a sudden they come out of the woodwork, and it began to be all this and that. And all of a sudden she had to ask herself, what would happen if something really happened to him. Fortunately, he pulled through, but she would have been without a place to stay, because everything is in his name and they're not married. A lot of things would have gone to his next of kin, which might have been his children. So she is technically not secure. I mean, even in some cases, that's why gay marriage became an issue because there were people that were cohabitating for many, many, many years, before, gay marriage or what have you. Um, and the person, maybe one member of the relationship passes away, the family could legitimately come in and take everything. Um, and the person would be left without anything because they didn't have the rights, you know. So the title kind of give you certain rights. And I've seen it happen more than once, in which a woman is left with nothing because she did not have the legal documentation. Now in DC, you have what they call common law to protect you, but a lot of states don't have that. So you can treat me like a wife for 20 years, and without that title, that legal documentation, I'll be left out in the street if anything happens to you.
Gentlemen, any questions for them?
And I land with that. Yeah, I have to remember that part.
Gentlemen, any questions for them?
I would say why I was just in my mind I was thinking when people getting kicked out of a house, they probably should have did a will or something. I guess they didn't have a will. You need to have a will. Unless they're just getting married. I would say please have a will and then you should be good if you have a will.
But in some cases, even with a will, especially I know we're not talking about gay relationships, but I'll use that as an example. But like, for instance, before the rights of gay marriage, that was even null, even the will didn't even wasn't applicable because the law did not honor the will. I mean, I've
Damn.
seen it personally. Yeah, I've seen it
That's
happen.
heavy. That's heavy right there. So if I have a will, like how you not going like that's what I wanted. How you go-
Yeah, I've seen it
Mhm.
happen.
I mean, there's other ways that you can not have to get married. Like there's life insurance, as you guys know, I do that for a living. So it's like it's different things, and they have different type of life insurances as well. If you guys wanted to know that will help you in that status where you don't need to be married. Aflac,
Mhm.
it's a range of different companies that y'all probably hear every day that y'all see commercials that y'all laugh at. But if you actually call up there, they can actually give you way more information about this situation that we're talking about today, where you don't have to be married and you can still have the same benefits. And V, I just wanted to say for earlier, I think that you missed the question. That what Della said was that they do have a mortgage together, right? So that's why I went forward with saying like, okay, if they already got that type of bond, then they really don't need the court to say, oh yeah, you guys got that type of bond. You don't need the court to
Mhm.
do that. And then if you're ready to separate, you guys still have to separate just like you would if you were married,
You have to
right?
have
Somebody has
yeah.
to give up the
You have
house.
the, but
Somebody has to pay somebody out.
even with the mortgage would not be, that's considered a title. 'Cause that's
Yeah. That no, that would say the mortgage is a yeah, is a treatment. I wouldn't say it's a title, but
no, that's what they call it.
yeah.
That's what it's called. A title to, they call it
Like
the
to the
title to the
ownership.
house.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
house. Okay, yeah.
Loading
Yeah,
title,
yeah, definitely.
respectfully. Gentlemen, if a
Would
man
that
treats
be that's the deed to the house or just
Yeah.
that's
It's
something?
similar like when you have a title to a car, you know.
allodial, allodial title, I think it's called. Gentlemen, if a man treats his partner like a wife every single day, is he wrong for thinking a legal title adds nothing to his commitment?
Um,
Nothing to
I
his commitment.
I would say no. I would say he's right for any type of mindset that he has because it's his. He's entitled to it in general, and
Yeah,
he has a reasoning behind it. He might know. You know what I'm saying? He knows something. He knows that it ain't going to change how he treats her, and he probably has a reason why he doesn't want to go and have a ceremony. I mean, we heard Sonny talk about, I have friends too who've been married before who don't want to have a ceremony because of that. Because I think marriage, to me personally, has lost some weight because of the fact that it's not permanent. You know what I mean? Whenever divorce was created and people started really getting divorced every time they had an issue, then it to me it killed it. It killed it. And it makes it to where it's like, all right, if we gonna break up, if we gonna stay together, we're gonna stay together. But if we gonna break up, we just gonna break up. I don't have to now go to court to get this breakup appear this breakup approved. I can just walk away. Or you could just walk away. I mean, obviously if you have other things like mortgages and yeah, renting it, yeah, got all the leases and all these other stuff together, that's gonna create other issues too. However, I would say I don't have to go to a court, most likely. Thank God, especially if I ain't do nothing illegal. So I feel like I can see why somebody might have an opposite outside reasoning for not wanting to do that. Also, I've heard people say that they think that when you do marry somebody, they go from being a certain way, and then now that they married, they calm down. So he might not want that calm down. He might feel like I want to keep it hot. I don't want you to get too comfortable. I want you to, keep you on your feet. And I'll land with that.
Did not happen.
It costs so much money to break up in the marriage, and 30, 40, 50, 60% of the time women get the reward. So me, I was married for some odd years. The way it ended, she couldn't get shit from me, and I'm so happy about that. But then I see what's really going on. Most of these women get married, and then like you would, and it's crazy because in the streets you would forgive the nigga 5, 6 years in from cheating on you. You'll forgive him, but when you marry, here's when the big bucks start rolling in, right? So I would rather go because there's no strings attached. 5, 6 years with you, common law, whatever the case may be. And we was just with each other. If that if that happens and we make it, then we made it, right? We don't, we don't. It's a split up. Go your way, I go mine. Period. No strings attached. But this new era is just getting married to get the money type shit. So it's not legit. It's fucking stupid. I land with that though.
Ladies, any rebuttals, responses?
Can you repeat the question?
No, that was their question. Do you have any rebuttals or responses to what they just answered? Or do you want to hear the
When
question?
he's talking about when he's talking about the how expensive it is to break up.
Hmm. What about it?
Well, the thing that I guess prenup came to mind, as I was listening to him.
Hmm.
And I guess that's why there's so much, now with prenups. And I'm not opposed to prenups. And, considering that I worked in a male dominated profession for a while, I saw what divorce can do to men, how much it can break them down. And I have seen, just like he said, I do see how the system does favor the wife in a lot of cases, but now that's changed some. Um, it's changed in terms of like whoever is the breadwinner per se now. We have women that are paying just as much now, but it's not as many women who are probably the breadwinner. Now, some, especially if she's a stay-at-home, quote unquote, stay-at-home mom, which is just a housewife, another way of saying housewife, then she does have to, she walks away with a certain amount because you were her livelihood. But it's a lot to think about. It's a lot there. That's a lot to unpack.
Respectfully, respectfully. Drop some gems on them if you have some. That's what these conversations is for. That's why I say, if y'all got any questions while y'all hearing each other, because some things sometimes pop in our head. The thing that stood out what Dirt said is he said we watch other relationships fail. And yeah, these traditional relationships that we've seen lasted 40, 50, 30, 40, 50 years. When they fail, what chances, what signals does that send to us? Like, damn, I don't have a chance at all at a good relationship. If they couldn't do it, you feel me? And they damn near raised me. So watching those certain relationships fracture sent the signal to, I guess, us and the generation after that, relationship is not that much to it. And then, like I say, in all of these divorces and just chaos, toxic, irreconcilable differences. It's just, you feel me? It's just like, what is the reason? What are we gonna do it for when we could just live with the treatment? Why have the title if we're gonna? As soon as we get the title, all of this stuff happens. But every single day before we got the title, we was good. We was damn near 98%. So that was the thing that stuck out.
Look at Birdman and Tony Braxton. They dated for mad years, and then as soon as they got married, she fucking divorced the nigga like quick.
So what? So right? It's just to get married. Like they had a whole, not saying up or down or whatever happened with them, they still stayed together. Soon as she get married, it's that what I can take from, if you call it abuse, since you've been with the nigga that long, now you married, and then you want that half, you gonna get it. But you ain't gonna get all of it. It's common law, nigga. We most of our life there was no prenup, there was no marriage. It was just we're together. So it's free for all. If you stay, then you made it, right? If you don't, then you failed. But a lot of people that I see, they're not married. They just jumped a broom. Or the
Well,
paperwork.
what constitutes a marriage?
It ain't the paperwork because the stipulations on it. It's what I can get. Jumping the broom is definitely what we did. No paperwork. Jumping the broom. Now it's if he does this, if he does that, and it's mostly y'all that got the contract to where it favors you. The only thing that can stop it is that motherfucking prenup. That's it. But if he signs that motherfucking dotted line on that marriage certificate, he accepted everything that you about to give him. What if you have a nervous breakdown? You have a nervous breakdown. You tired of this, you tired of that. I'm gone. He got to pay for that.
Question, you said, what constitutes a marriage? I would say the man not initiates it, but if we use the word constitute, I would say the man constitutes it because you control access to your body and I control access to the relationship. So you see the divinity in me, the reason why I feel that this would be, you feel me, a perfect union, and giving me access to your body creates that. So I would say I would say in that form of way constitutes marriage. As far as paperwork and all the other stuff, the legal one, I got a good scenario I'm about to go into right now. But
This is really deep, because it's like marriage is a very old institution. And oh, the origins of marriage, as far as we know it historically, begins in religion. But the dynamics of the outcome, because of modern, I would say, infiltration in our psyche of what values are, it really changes, the success of the relationship, is what I'm hearing. Um, because even if you have treatment, you treat me like a wife for years and years, but you never give me the title. That doesn't work. And apparently, what we're hearing on this conversation, treatment without title doesn't work, and title without treatment doesn't work.
Question.
Can't have both.
Look. Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
Say,
of
say,
course.
say, say you have 5 girlfriends
Hmm.
and you're not married, but they are. But your relationship is just what you want. But you still have the 5 girlfriends that's married, best friends that's married, but it's troublesome. Would you still want to get married? Or you like what's going on? No title. It's working for us.
I still have a title.
Yeah, but
Either,
there's no paperwork to it. That's that's
okay,
that's that's what I'm trying to say. They're
okay,
troublesome. They're your 5 best friends are married. You're not, but your relationship semi better than them because he knows the title he has to have: protect, provide, conversate. He does all of that. But your 5 best friends, their marriages is rocky. Would you still want to get married?
yes.
So you want to be with your friends. You don't want to be with him.
No, I want to be with him because my relationship has nothing to do with theirs.
Yes,
You
it
know,
does.
no,
Yes,
it
it does.
doesn't.
You just
No, it
answered
doesn't.
it. It does.
No,
You want
because
to be. You want to be involved with that type of conversation,
no, I want to be with
married
him.
conversation.
No, has nothing to do with that. Not for me anyway, personally. I can't speak for anybody else because there's a reason. Technically, this is me personally. I feel marriage is really for children. And, and because if we treated it like that, okay, when we're young in our late teens and early 20s, nowadays, girls can be a little bit more ambitious in their career than previous generations. So she has some time to explore herself, get to know herself. But she says, okay, I want children. And I think if both parties really look at, okay, I'm looking for someone I want to have children with and that I feel would be a good mother or a good father. When you're looking at it from that dynamic, then a marriage is the best environment for that. And but then as you get older, things may change. But once the kids are grown, you know, then the dynamics of the relationship could change. But like to have a title because 5 of my girlfriends are married and their relationship isn't doing well, um, for whatever reason, I think that I still would want to get married, even if whether I have children with this person or beyond childbearing years, for the sake of um, what we could potentially do together, you know. But I think technically, I really think a marriage really, the union of a marriage is really more about rearing children than anything else. We make it more about assets these days. But in actuality, to me, it's really about rearing children. But even if I had the opportunity, if I'm beyond my childbearing years, and if I want to get married for assets, yeah, I would do that.
Respectfully. Everybody else, what do y'all think constitutes a marriage?
A ceremony, a piece of paper, a ceremony and a piece of paper. That's what to me constitutes a marriage. Yeah, that's the gist of it. Because it could be a big ceremony, it could be a little ceremony, but either way, we can both get our names signed on a piece of paper saying we're connected now.
Sonny?
Name
Oh, my
exchange.
bad.
No, name exchange. I'll land with that.
Sonny, Jen, what constitutes a marriage?
I'll land with that one.
I didn't hear you. What you said?
Constitute marriage to me could be a spiritual bonding. I think that's the closest you can get. Really, I don't support marriage so, on paper.
And that's where I go. I don't fuck with that shit. I got it one time, and like I said, I'm glad nothing was separated. You just went your way, I went mine. But I
Y'all
don't
separate
condone
now. You and Sonny separate yourself from the actual act, and if you can define it or explain it, what when y'all was getting married before y'all had y'all experience, what did y'all constitute a marriage? Like, what was the thing that all right?
what I seen it was supposed to be. Niggas love each other, and you know, the whole kit and caboodle. This is what I seen, and this is what the fuck she wanted. Her parents was that. So I'm gonna give you what the fuck you wanted. I I I I, I was in mindset of I was in the mindset of all right, maybe things are different. I don't know what the marriage is. This is my first time, but nigga,
You
I'd
experienced
rather
it,
be.
you really didn't know what the
I
hell.
didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was the same thing, but the women had more to like. It was just more, and
Not the
I'm doing
specific
more.
marriage. I want to know your thoughts. Like, what did you think in your mind that me as a man, this is. I'm not as far as I'm doing the right thing, but the thing. How
No,
would you
I'm
define
thinking.
of what you were doing
I'm
as
thinking.
far as the steps you take?
Yeah, I'm thinking that this was supposed to be. I had the kids, I had the house, I had the car, I had the money, and you know what I mean, family. So,
Respect. So almost what
right?
son, almost what V was saying, basically. It's around the kids. You're doing it for the kids, low key, family.
No, the whole thing. But I just felt myself. I've been doing this shit. I don't need this for me to continue doing what I've been doing. You
Respect.
feel me? But that was for the woman though, not for me. Cause I didn't want it. I didn't want it. But I did it for, my brother was doing it. My brother did it. You feel me? I wasn't a follower, but I was just like, nigga, I want to be, you know what I mean? I provided, and this is what it takes. Nigga, that's just what it was. And I didn't like it. It was just way more on me. And I was doing already enough.
So what constituted marriage for you was role models, basically at that time. Because the people that you were around and people that you seen married, you was like, all right, that's the next step. That's what I need to be doing. Okay.
I mean, if I'm already, you mean like, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I'm already with you for 6 years, and I know you want to get married because your parents is married, her parents is married. You feel me? So it just made sense to me. You feel me? Like we got kids, we got the house, we got the car, we got the money, got all that. Yeah. What's the next step? For her, it was marriage, and I gave her what she wanted.
Respectfully. Sonny, it's not that you agree with it. I was asking you, could you, before you got
Like,
into that marriage, what did it?
What made me want to get married?
like what? Am I not? And am I answering it right?
No, you
Yeah,
answered it.
he
Your
just
answer
heard.
is your answer. That's not. No, that's why I tried to pick through it a little bit so I could get you the answer. But you answered it right.
All right.
What did I get married for?
Like, what constituted a marriage before you? Like, what was your? I'm trying to look for the words. What was your
My
thought?
idea
Like,
was, to have a lifetime partner, right? But when I got married, that wasn't the objective for me. It was just like, I don't know how you could say it. Like happy to be picked almost. I don't know how to say it. More more value into the conversation. But so no, for me, my first goals growing up was, of course, to find a long time partner that would include marriage. But when the time came into play of my life, it was just like, oh yeah, you're doing everything another girl never did. You're showing me a good character. I want to marry you. Like, yeah, you want to marry me? Let's go. Like, it wasn't no bonding. It wasn't no, oh yeah, I could see us building. It was just a day to day thing that turned into, it could have been a lifetime thing.
Okay. I think you gave me an answer. Well, I mean, you gave me an answer, but I was trying to, as far as the question, I think
I
it is how.
understand. I understand what she's saying.
I do completely. I got it
Yeah.
completely. I before when she said, like she said, I was just happy kind of to be picked. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like somebody has said that anybody, like, you know, you hear the story of so many people who go unpicked. I can see how that can be um a cap on your head kind of fake a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, somebody want to marry me or you want to get married? Okay, it's real. All right, I'm special because you hear some people who died never being married. So it's like in your mind, like, oh, if I'm gonna get, I must be
And,
special.
and you know what? That's the crazy part. And her friends, right? She's the first one to get married in her friends, and I married her. So, right, like that was big for her because her
No,
friends never got married. You feel me?
you're
Her
right.
friends never.
You're right. Because that's how it was for me. I was so happy to tell everybody, come see me. Haha, look at me. Reach up.
Right,
Haha.
that's what it was.
That's a psychology. That's a consciousness. Because
That was
um
still on her though.
no,
That
what
was
I'm
on
saying,
her.
what I'm from a woman's perspective, and I'm gonna this is general terminology because I don't like to talk in absolutes. But when we're growing up as girls, right, we're fed Cinderella, we're fed Snow White, we're fed the princess happily ever after fairy tale. And a lot of girls, as they grow into teenhood and early adulthood, in their mind is my goal is to find happily ever after. But at the same time that you're hoping for this, you're also being fed men cheat. They only think with their little heads. They don't really want to settle down. Like you're also fed all these other things about men that are, some of it is true, but a lot of it's not true. Men do dream of marriage too, but we don't know that. And so we're only like taking in what we're learning mostly from the media if we don't have a healthy relationship with our fathers or men in our family about what a man wants. So when you finally get picked, it's not a small, it's a big deal. It's like a really big deal because it's like there's this perspective among women that a good man is really challenging to find. So it's like I'm getting married and I have the potential to have happily ever after. And so that little girl in you, that 5, 6, 7, 8 year old girl in you, she's dancing a jig inside of your heart. She's like, yes, I got my prince, my knight in shining armor, my Superman, and I'm going to have happily ever off after, which is something you've been dreaming about since the first time you saw Cinderella. you know so it's not a minor thing to get picked for a young lady when that is your psychology. The way we've been spoon fed this stuff. It's girlhood.
Respectfully.
Why would you say media?
Because that's
Because
what
it
you gave
is.
them.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's the media. But back in the day, we're older. We're old.
It
So
was
you know what
still
I mean? Like
media. It was still media. You looked
They
at
still was
television.
watching. Yeah. Not to cut you my bad. V. They still
No,
was
no.
watching stuff that was showing that. Look at Pretty Woman. Look at Pretty Woman. That was a hit movie and it's about
Oh,
a
that's one
lady
of my
who
favorite.
was a escort or a prostitute, whatever you want to call her, and she gets married to the best trick she has. He ends up marrying her. Like, how is that going? What does that say? that even if I do whatever, I can still get saved. There's always going to be a captain out there. It's not saying that. So
I
it's like,
told
yeah.
you. They say me. Told you that. You don't believe me. A hoe can be a housewife now. You just proved my point. It took months, but you proved it.
That's a movie. That's a movie.
But you set me up when you said the movie. I'm like, all right, you got the movie, you got it. But the reality of it is what it is.
Oh man, it's a movie.
deep.
It's not real. But yeah, I get
That's
the
one of my
meaning of
Hey,
that's
come to
Exactly.
one of my
California.
favorite movies.
I'll come in California. I'll show you a movie.
it.
What part of California are you in, Sunny?
I am located in San Diego.
There
Okay,
you
San
go.
Diego.
There you
San
go.
San
Diego.
Diego.
Too
Yes.
hard for the radio.
Hey, you already know.
She out there getting hyphy. I ain't mad at you.
I think San Diego. They said that is what they said. No, I tried to say what he said. Ron Burgundy, what he said. He said San Diego. It means a whale something. She was like, no, it doesn't. He was like, well, something like I heard something like that. All right, let's go to a quick commercial. Oh, you put that John in there, the flyer.
Yeah, I did.
Respectfully, all right, we do it right after this one. You're
Okay.
Land Your Plane is a show where truth takes off and accountability lands. Guests face honest questions about love, loyalty, relationships, ego, family, and the conversations most people avoid. Want to be a guest or bring family on? If you have a story, unresolved conversation, relationship question, or truth you're ready to face, we want you on the show. Apply here. And somebody will get back to you or comment. Ready to land. Clear the runway. Your seat.
This book is dangerous, not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning, side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening.
This is about to hit.
mute that, mute that. Welcome back, welcome back. Dirt.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, I got a show, comedy show. If you're in the Lexington, Kentucky area, Juneteenth show is for comedy in June. It'll be June 18th. It's gonna have me, AJ Montez, Brandon. I think is it McNeil or O'Neill? I forgot. He's one of them Irish names. You know, slavery.
O'Neill, yeah.
Raylan Owens, my guy. We're gonna be doing a Juneteenth comedy show. I'm one of the featured guests on there, and all these guys. It's funny. I done laughed at all of these guys in person and on stage. So if you're in the area, it's gonna be at the Spot, which is probably one of the hottest new comedy locations we have in Lexington, Kentucky. We only got like really one comedy location. So for us to have a second one, it means a lot, and we need to get a lot of support from the community. So definitely come out. It's a nice area, got a nice stage. It probably will be taped because they tape most shows. So you know you don't have to dress too nice, but dress like you're gonna be on tape or on camera, and come out and laugh at me. You know what I mean? Come laugh at me because I'm writing a whole bunch of new jokes for this situation. So you probably won't hear none of my old stuff unless I feel like the audience really, I got to give it to them because they really want it. But it's going to be a lot of, new stuff and new comedy and all these. Like I said, everybody's funny. So come through June 18th to the Spot. That's 3325 Keep Shy Away in Lexington, Kentucky. And come get your laugh on because the life is short and, you want to get your laugh in. So come to the Juneteenth comedy show. Show you're not racist.
Is on the 18th or is it Juneteenth? Or
It's
is it
June
just a
18th.
Juneteenth show?
It's a June. All right, because they have all people of high pigmentation on there. They're gonna say that is a Juneteenth show. That's why I don't know what's going to be. I don't even know what actual day Juneteenth is, so I have to Google it this year. But what is it? What is Juneteenth? It's on a Juneteenth, so it's on
the
June 18th.
19th.
Yeah, so
Juneteenth,
it's
19th.
June 18th. I think it's like a Friday or a Saturday. I forgot, fake. So that's why they probably wouldn't do it on a Sunday because we get better responses, at least out here, for comedy shows that are on Friday or Saturday. So
on the weekend.
Respectfully.
So that's why they probably doing it the day before or whatever. But we might stay there until the Juneteenth. It's starting on June 18th. We'll be there to June 19th, though. We're just going to be laughing the whole way there. So we could do a countdown and all of that. You know what I mean?
Respectfully. Shout
Yeah,
out.
shout out to you, Mo. Respectfully.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Get that money, man. Get
Yeah,
them laughs. Get that money.
I don't know if they're going to pay. I don't know if they're paying me or not. I think I'm doing this. I get a free ship. They said I get a free ship ride, and I got to do it for free.
Notoriety, man.
For 7 years.
Broadcast.
I'm going to be doing it for indentured certitude.
Favor for a favor.
Yeah. Nah, it's going to be fun. I'm happy. Thank you guys. Come out, man, if you're in the area, like I said. Thank you.
Next scenario. The emergency room decision. A partner is hospitalized unexpectedly. The hospital staff only gives critical medical updates to legal spouses. This forces the couple to face the practical limits of their long-term unmarried commitment. Due to the fact that I think Dirk just went through something like this. I'm gonna ask the males first. Does a man truly protect his partner if he keeps his girlfriend instead of giving her the legal rights of a wife?
I mean, there's other paperwork you can put in place. So I feel like they give somebody a right if they don't have a right or whatever. However, I feel
Sonny just told you that.
What'd you say?
Because Sonny just told you that. Did you know that before?
Because I wasn't gonna say nothing. I already thought of something. I ain't fucking with that shit. I ain't fucking with that shit.
That shit sounded like the PR answer. Give us the raw answer, man. Stop playing.
Nah, I just feel like, to me, life is life and destiny is destiny. So whatever happens when it happens, it happens. And if a person doesn't have a right, then they wasn't supposed to have a right. That's it. I don't think
that's it. That's all.
I think it's like, I mean, yeah, it might. I mean, if I'm dead or unconscious or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. It's more personally for you, and let the doctor do what they're going to do, or whatever, or let the hospital do what they're going to do. Yeah, you might not have a right because we're not married to come do whatever you want to do, but whatever, it is what it is.
I'd rather put that shit to my mother, because you can have a vendetta against me, man. You just want me dead, nigga. I ain't with that shit good. So I don't want nobody with rights, man. If it's supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen. No one should have rights. So I agree with Mo. I was just making a little joke.
So you agree with
what Mo said?
Not to get all in your business, there was no legal when you went through what you went through. There was no doctors didn't need any legal thing for Reese to make sure you was all right.
I don't know if they requested it from her because I didn't really ask her really, but I know that allegedly they asked me about her, and I told them I love her and stuff like that. So maybe that was all they needed, like right there. I don't know if that's why they asked about her or whatever, but they asked me about her, and I said I love her, and I love her, especially when we have sex. I think that's what something like that. So no, I don't remember it. I just
Because
know
you're
it's
under
Look
real.
at
the
Jeff right
you
in the
under the
eyes. He like,
influence. Look, you under the
he's gonna get this
influence.
laughing at.
They just trying to get you right and to have you talk in the middle of nigga. I don't know what's going on. I just know I was in the this tragic thing happens to me, and now I'm just trying to figure this shit the fuck out. So
Yeah,
the
I didn't know.
response you came with was, "I love her." That's
Yeah.
it. I love her. You didn't say nothing else, but that right there made it okay. She got to say so. I love her.
Yeah. And they were
Um,
still actually, I guess they were still having me like I refused physical therapy and I probably needed it. Like I'm still not I used to run up the stairs in my crib. Now I walk, I can't get it back yet. God, one day it's gonna come back hopefully. But in general, it's like I think about that. Like I refused physical therapy. And I don't even remember them ever asking me about that. So they was asking me a lot of stuff when I was still messed up, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, that's what they asked me about her and my daughter. And they said, and I said, yeah, I have a daughter. I told them I have a daughter and that she has a mustache or something. I forgot I said.
respectfully. V, how you feel about that? Not about how their answer, but in that situation, should in
I,
an emergency situation like that, how do you feel?
yeah,
Should you not be the girlfriend? Should you be the wife at that?
it's interesting because I mentioned a situation earlier, in the conversation this evening about,
Yeah, about
us.
your friend.
Yeah.
That's why I went to this one because I was like, this is sort of touching on that.
And I have another situation which a family member, the man that she's been with for a long time is, and really, but from what I hear, he's not in good condition right now. And so when she goes to the hospital, she's not his girlfriend, she's his wife, and
Not
he
on
told,
paper.
right, but he told the doctors or whatever, whomever's on staff or whatever, whomever he had, that this is my wife. So he gave her the title wife in the moment because of the crisis,
Yeah, it's fucked up.
that is occurring at the
Put
time.
somebody in that type of
And
situation. That's messed up.
yeah, you know, and
And for
so
vice versa, males, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that position to see, your wife in a crisis, and you know, the only reason why you can make these decisions, or to be put in a decision where because y'all went, you feel me, unmarried, not married, not unmarried, but off paper for so long that this would push y'all into making some serious decisions. But she's in a crisis, so it would suck for a crisis to happen to where people would have to, hash out so-called other business or put their affairs in the right. It's messed up. Um,
If we had something special, then I'll do it. You feel me? Like I know your lifestyle. I you know what I mean? If that was the case, and I know your lifestyle, and there's no one who would really step up and answer that call, I would.
yeah,
I
for
I'll
a
do that.
girlfriend of 5 years. This ain't no, no slide.
Yeah, you see
Y'all
what I'm
doing good.
saying? If we got years together and I know her lifestyle, mother, father, aunties, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers, you know what I mean? Like if I know her shit, then I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Like I'll step the fuck up and I'm with her. That's my wife.
The 5 years is even valid, but however, nobody deserves to be put in that situation because, like I was saying, you could be in a court and boyfriend and girlfriend first year, and a crisis happened.
That's the
You feel
gimme.
me? Yeah, you want
That's
to
the
be there for
gimme.
that person, but however, how you have to be there has to be on some type of paperwork, so you feel me, really be there, or if a decision has to be made, type shit. So that's these are the things that young people, some people still us. We haven't, figured it all out. We know some of it. Like I said, these conversations help because it unlocks certain things I'm not, privy of. Next question is for V. Can a woman feel fully sick? Well, you sort of answered it when you was answering answering the last topic, but we could, I don't know, probably same thoughts. Can a woman feel fully secure as a girlfriend, knowing she has no legal say in her partner's life emergencies? And I think you already
Sure.
touched on that.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like in an emergency, she can completely get displaced completely.
Yeah.
And, like but some cases they may not even let her into the hospital room to see her significant other without the right title.
Hmm.
And like I think Dirt was saying, you can have certain legal documents put in place, for the event. But that's somebody,
You just
most
heard that from Sunny.
but you know, most most people in our community, they're not that proactive. Unfortunately, we tend to be reactive people. And by the time you react to something, it might be too late. And so it would behoove to be proactive, so that you have a healthcare proxy and you recognize like this is some type of situations that should be had when you're building a relationship. When they
Yeah,
say
these
you
are
should.
these are all the things of a husband and a wife would do to make these things, already in order as far as, when everybody
You
does
might
it.
you might have met the
That's
dude.
the rules of
You know,
marriage.
I just thought about it, Meg. I don't know if I even told you.
Good.
You might have met Jimmy. I think Jimmy was around when you was out here. He been with the same girl for a minute. He woke up allegedly. He was a heavy dude. God rest his soul or whatever. He woke up and couldn't breathe. Went to the hospital and never came back. You know what I mean? And she was. I don't think nobody was expecting that. We had just seen him.
Yeah.
And like and he was, always been a pretty cool dude. But it's like he had a daughter with the lady and all of that allegedly. I guess I don't know, but it's like, man, listen. Um, Nobody know when you're going to go. You never know, and it certain things is like it doesn't help or it doesn't hurt, but it's like the reality of life is life. You might not be prepared for the loss or what that means, but hopefully it doesn't hurt you that to
Hmm.
lose the person. Hopefully you're still good. You know what I mean? No matter what, whether they gone or there. Because while you sitting there saying, "Oh, my whole life is messed up because you lost the person," so your whole life was good when they was there. Your whole life can't be good or bad due to a person. It has to be, yeah. They enlighten it, they add to it. But if God forbid if something happened, that's destiny. That's what was supposed to happen for that person. Now, you know what I mean? Now you think everybody supposed to, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. What do you expect people to do? What are you expecting to do if you got the right? What are you about to do?
I mean, if we know things like this happen, this is how we're supposed to learn. This is how you learn. You're supposed to learn. Well, what they say, a person, a wise person. I don't know if I'm
Learns from.
quoting.
I know what you mean. An idiot learns from other people. Can't has to make their own mistakes, and a wise person can learn from others' mistakes. I get that point, but I'm
Correct.
saying but a realistic thing is, you're not a doctor. You you
Nobody
you
is. I mean,
you being in the hospital is a lot of times is really for you. You're there for you. You're not there. You're not going to be the one to do CPR or hit them with the defibrillator. You want to be able to witness. You
for
want to be able
support.
to see. You want to be there for support.
That's
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right.
well, well. Just be there spiritually in support. Because you can't get through the door because you ain't got no rights. That's it. Like
I
that's
think
what you
a
you can
lot
go.
of
You can go.
headaches could be eliminated if we understood the power of being proactive. You know, we're kind of winging it these days. But then when you find yourself in these type of crisis, you're
Yeah.
not prepared. You know, there's so much power in being proactive. I think that book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that's the first habit. Is the number one habit is be proactive. You know, have a plan. You know, so, hey, honey, if this happens, this is what this is what I want you to do, and just even put it on paper. I'm working on something like that now.
Respectfully, cosmiscuous is one of those keys or them tools that you could use to definitely have you give you the perspective to look at where we've been to see where you're going. Because I definitely think that any page that you open up, you can open up to any page in that book, and that page will be relevant to your life somehow, some way. That's how I wrote it. You feel me? Almost like the Bible type shit. But yeah, it's these crises that put thing in the focus, and it shouldn't be the crisis. We should be um not prepared because nobody's prepared for that. But there's certain things, like you said, we could put in order leading up to that. If it happens, the things that we did before leading up to there make it okay. Because I don't know,
You know, because like
else we wouldn't have these conversations. Not to say that there's a problem with that, but if there's a conversation about it, there's not. I would say there's not a whole a fixated solution on it. Okay, what
I
was you
mean,
saying?
even when I was a child, my mother had life insurance on me. Even as a child, it was a part of her job. She put, I mean, I didn't even know until I was in college that she had a life insurance policy on the whole time.
Hmm.
Yeah, because in college I could have taken it over, or taken over the life insurance. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's things about that people could utilize and all type of stuff that we don't know about. But, yeah.
I
Welcome
think
back, sir.
in my life experience, when I look at my grandparents' age group, they were more, they lived more according to like plan. Like they saved money, they invested in they mostly invested in property. But I think since that time,
Let
we've
go.
become like let go of so much. Like we're never prepared for anything. Um, we've just become a lot more irresponsible, I think. I think that's because we adopted this new liberal type living style, you know. Anything goes, let's wild out. But you lose so much living like that. You lose a lot.
In the fog. Yeah, I guess we celebrating that. We think we've been free for so long, so
Yeah.
it's just a big celebration.
But there was
So,
also that narrative that if you were, like if you were being responsible, you were being like a white person, that narrative, that got pushed out there, which is a false narrative, but it is what it is. It did take a hold. I mean, I broke up with a guy for being irresponsible, you know,
acting black.
you know, and because well, when we finally decided to cohabitate together, we didn't last once we started cohabitating. And because I do everything, like I like to do this on Saturday, clean the house, go grocery shopping, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I ain't doing that white SHIT, da 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 da. And then like after we broke up, we had a conversation about it. And this is
Yeah,
what
it
he
was
said.
wicked.
This is what he replied. He said, that was responsibility. I did not know what it was. I
Yeah.
was, you
We
know,
don't, as we can see when we define the words in the beginning. Some of us was on it, some of us was off it, and some of these scenarios pick that you can't have both. And sometimes, like Dirt saying, we think we know the definition, but once we see it, it kind of focuses things up or reaffirms you that you didn't know what the hell you was talking about.
The only worst part about that is I would say most people don't change their definitions. Even when
They still stand on their
yeah,
shit.
even when
Stand
you
on
if I
principle.
yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what it means to me. I ain't never met Webster. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Mhm, mhm.
This is what it means to me. But yeah, like as most people, yeah. But it does hopefully give you a deeper understanding of what you even having the conversation about. It was like I was talking to my son, and he said he always sometimes puts dog food in the dog bowl, and I'm like, how you do both? He's like, what you mean? I'm like, you can't always. Sometimes only do one or the other. But you know, it just
That's just the games kids try to run.
Gotta be, mindful.
Let's do this one. The side check, behavioral mirror. A man is a dead end relationship, but he meets a woman who gives him incredible peace, cooks for him, and supports his career goals without even demanding a title. Who I went first last time, gentlemen or the men or lady?
I forgot. You can let the ladies go first though.
Ladies. Is a woman lowering her value by giving wife level peace and retreatment, no, and peace and treatment to a man who is legally or socially unavailable?
Is she lowering her standard?
Yeah, standard value.
So Sunny, unmute her mic, so I'll let her go first.
I just oh in my thought, yes, you're lowering your value. You're giving up too much of yourself. You're not even sure if this person is 100% want to see you and them grow as one. So I'm gonna say, in my point of view, and if it comes to social media, if it comes to choice, most females rather be the side chick because they get more value from the man. So providing for him, he gives them more of a smile than he probably would do for the wife that cooks for him every day. So again, that's just social. But personally, I say, no, it's you do lose value. And I like,
And I have to agree with her. You lose value and status, and you don't have a title. I mean, side piece is side piece, but that's not a good title. What do you get with a side piece, as a side piece? My aunt used to, I remember my cousins used to treat me so, because I was always the tender-hearted one. And so I always get things secondhand, third hand, because nobody wanted to talk like that in front of me. And but my aunt told my cousins once, she like, make sure you get a wet a, more than a wet ASS out the deal. And so if you're a side piece, you pretty much just getting, hopefully you are getting more than a wet ass out the deal. Excuse my language. But yeah, I think if you're just a side piece, you definitely lower. A lot of women, it depends on her value of herself. If that's what she wants, like Sonny just said, if she wants to be the side piece, it may be because she has other things going on. But if you would make an agreement being a side piece, you have to recognize too that there's not a lot of emotional commitment there, and so you may not be able to. I mean, I could have been a cat woman when I worked at the NFL, and a couple of football players wanted me to be a mistress. I was so naive at the time. I was just coming out of my church Christian experience. And so, but now when I look back on it, I said, damn, you know, and because you got to get something out of it. If it's not going to be an emotional relationship, then you have to take care of me. You have to make sure, because I have to make sure that I'm emotionally qualified and equipped to take care of myself. If, and, if it's just a sex. But I personally feel like a woman, when she settles for that, she has to have the upper hand or she will definitely lose her value.
Okay, respectfully. Dirt.
I think that practice makes perfect. So even if you're not in the right position you're in to practice and behave a certain way, I think it just says I think good behavior or is never gonna look bad on you. You know what I mean? Just because you lend the money and you don't get paid back, that don't mean you're a bad person. I think that as long as you can accept whatever position you're in, behave in a certain way, if it's good, it's good. And you not and that could be a reason why you might get an upgrade. And I do want to dispute that thing where they say that people on the side get different treatment because I feel like it just a way of taking away accountability of what people are doing or not doing. It's easy to blame your treatment on somebody else opposed to blaming your treatment on who you are or what you got going on. So you go, oh well, yeah, she's getting better treatment just because of the position she has. You're not thinking about whether or not she's behaving the same way you are or not, or if y'all behaving the exact way or whatever. It's like, and then a girl could say it's easier for her to be a side bitch because she don't have to. She's not putting herself through those same stress she may putting herself through if she was feeling herself as the main person. But that's you putting yourself through stress. It's not most of the time the stress a person feels is them putting themselves through it opposed to the things around them. I'm truly a believer in recovery. I'm truly a believer that life is 90% how you react and 10% what actually happens. So it's like your reaction to what happens is that's the part that's the major situation. So if something happens or doesn't happen, how you react to it or don't react. If somebody walks in the movies and steps on my shoe and I get into a fight and then walk out there and kill a dude and then I get life in prison, is it his fault for stepping on my shoe? Or is it my fault of how I reacted to it? The most powerful thing you have control over is your reaction to what's ever happening. So I think that's what people be lost in or confused with. Their misreaction to what's going on and what's not going on.
Have you ever
And
had
I
a side piece?
yeah,
And how did you treat your side piece? You
probably
paid her rent, you paid her cell phone
no,
bill.
no, oh nah, hell no. I ain't never do all of that.
Okay, Michelle.
Never. Hell no, nigga. Nah. I ain't never do all of that. Paying somebody's rent and all of that shit. Hell fucking no. Hell no. They gonna probably get is they gonna get some dick. That's all they get. They're not getting nothing extra. Conversation, some dick in conversation. But
That's
like the
exactly
person,
my point. That's exactly my point. And so on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you say you respected your side piece?
how would I say I respected it? I don't
No,
I
respected
have
her.
yeah, I think that it's like proud. I would say as much as for what she was good there for. I don't expect a lot. So if she's doing that, then that's cool. She's
Oh, how,
doing
as,
exactly.
on a scale of 1 to 10, and being the most respect, one being the least respect, you can even say zero. On a scale of, let's say, 0 to 10, how much did you respect her as a
I don't
human
know.
being?
As I don't see. That's, I
You
don't.
can't
I
answer the question. It's just
because
give a
it's not.
number.
Uh, the 5.
Yeah,
Like
you
that's
said that.
wild. Why couldn't you answer the question, Dirt? Because you have a
I said
side
5.
chick. So that means
I
that the
said
first
5.
woman that you had, you don't even like her like that. But the side chick, you must like her because you keep asking her to come back. So why you wouldn't give
No,
her that's not fair.
no, it doesn't mean that. It just means that it's an easier person to deal with. That's what it means. That's all it
Like
comes down
them.
to.
That means you like them.
No, it doesn't
No,
mean
it
that.
doesn't mean that.
It doesn't
He
mean
likes
that.
having sex with them. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
that.
Oh, okay.
He's
it's
just a
none of them.
blow up doll. He's just a
Yeah,
living blow up doll. She has no
that's it.
emotions. There's no significance to her. Yes. He's a side piece. She's a jump off. That's it.
I helped only because of the kids, and I seen a dynamic where it was going and how it was easy for me to fuck her. And so I mean, I stayed around for a minute or two. You feel me? Like it wasn't like paying rent or I'm paying every fucking. No, it was just like, nigga, I give you 200-300. You feel me? Like I buy the kid. I was nice. That was just me personally. You feel what I'm saying?
But it's up for her to determine her value. But some women don't know that
I
that's
already knew
an
your
option.
value. If I'm,
No, I'm just saying.
if I,
I'm just talking
yeah,
about
if I
what we
see
was
you
talking
like
about
that,
before.
yeah, if I
Before you
see you
jump
like
back
that.
on.
Now,
Hmm.
I did jump back on, but I just listened to the conversation. But I'm not about to pay, and you're a side chick. You full shit. I'll help you out. I ain't give a fuck about sex because that's gonna come regardless. I was just look, personally, I was just making sure, nigga, this is a stash house for me. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This is a stash house for me. Oh, you know what I mean? I ain't, and it's wrong for me to say it, but that was the game. I see if you get up with me and you ain't doing well, I can get that motherfucking help you out type shit. And nigga, this spot, I could put things in here. That was just that was just me growing up. It wasn't a side chick. It was just nigga, you one of them.
But I just wanted to ask Dirt a question too. Have you landed yet, Gemini?
Yes, man.
Cause don't call me ma'am, baby. I'm like probably
Yes,
way
this
younger than you.
man. I'm just come on,
I
man.
take
I'm still
lady,
man.
young lady.
Yes, sis.
Madam.
Yes, sis.
I take
Yes, sis.
madam.
I land.
Um, Dirt. So you telling me if your side chick needed a wheel because she was parked in front of your house, your wife is coming home, and you tell him you gonna tell her you can't help,
Yeah, I did
that
that.
she gonna have to call. She gonna have to get herself up out of here because she's only
What?
here for sex. That's what you gonna tell her? Get up out from here, girl. Here for
why?
sex.
Why the fuck are you even here?
This nigga. Her will pop. You're not gonna get her a tire?
I don't know how she got here. It's awkward.
Get on my nerves. No, he's talking about, oh, I stole the money. I
Yucky.
didn't steal no money. I don't know where the money
Hey,
at.
Mo,
I help you
she
find it.
couldn't.
I don't
Hey,
know where it's
Mo, she
at.
couldn't wait for that. She couldn't wait to give you that scenario. Yeah, that was a good scenario right there. Yeah, I'm gonna
I
pay for that
guess so.
motherfucking. I'm paying for that
Man,
motherfucking tire. You
listen,
got to get the fuck up out of here. Cause
man, listen.
What did you
Hey,
have?
I
Post
don't.
ejaculation clarity?
No, it's just like to me. I don't understand. First, I want to know why you even here, over here with a situation of a tire, and then second of all, you don't have a spare, like, and you don't have AAA. You need to be focused.
Oh, now you judge it because you want
All
No,
right. So
because
the male
that's
question, the gentleman question is: can you blame a man for jumping ship to a new woman if her casual treatment beats the stressful treatment he gets from his official partner?
I wouldn't blame them, but I would say it's not a smart thing because a lot of time people are only casual when you're like. That's what I realized. A lot of women are more casual when you're not their partner. When you're their partner, they got to give you all of the stress. So it's like you going to think, oh, I'm getting an example of who this person is, but you're not because they only be in a certain way because they don't connect you to that other extra thing of, oh, I have to, yeah, like she might not even call a person about her tire. Now you on the list of the people she got to call about the tire. It's like, no, get your tire fixed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, why are you calling me? So it's like, yeah, I think that no, you just the way you're being treated, it could be an example, but also remember that this whole thing, the way you're being treated, can be changed because you got to think about it. Girl, like she just tried to say, oh, guys treat side niggas a certain. I mean, girls treat side girls a certain way and they treat other guys, but girls treat niggas they just fucking a certain way, and then they don't treat the nigga they're in a relationship with that way. They expect more and they want this and this and da da da. They not arguing with this person. They're not having beef with this person, but then they get with this person and they want to have problems and beef. So it's like
We
it's
all
the
know
same.
what the side piece is, right? We all, male or female, we all know what a side piece is. You ain't getting what you getting from the person you with, so you go out and
Yes.
do your motherfucking thing.
So yeah, I would say casual. No, I'm not gonna think that's a representation. I'm just gonna assume that they're treating me like this because they don't view me in that thing. That's why they don't. That's why they like you see how they also said they care about the titles and they also assume that
Right.
titles mean something and that it creates a certain dynamic. So then now it creates expectations and expectations is always a thing for disappointment anyway. Because if you expect 3 ice cream scoops and I only bring 2, then that ruins the whole goddamn ice cream cone because you expected something. So
You
no, I would.
expected Cheesecake Factory, and we went to motherfucking Pizza Hut. We went to
Yeah.
Little Caesars. We went to,
Now you know. So now I'm gonna say nah. I'm not gonna. That's because she treated me a certain. I'm gonna assume that damn, and almost to a certain extent, I might say we got to keep it casual because now I'm thinking, then what would she do if she felt like this was worth something more? Would it be, I might start asking her.
even look, even being a side piece is dangerous because they can act the fuck out.
Yeah, if they that crazy.
Jeremy, want to hear the
Ooh,
question?
mouthful there, mouthful.
I got it. Mo took it. I got it. But Mo, I stand 10 toes down with Mo.
Mhm. Um, ladies, response, rebuttal, any thoughts?
I find it quite interesting. And I'm trying to process and be objective, just how disrespectful um like the language around the side piece is. And it's objective, so um when you have a woman who's a side piece, she becomes objectified
I mean, this is
because
somebody's daughter.
She accepted it.
he expected it.
They both did.
He said she. He said she.
Because
Yeah, accept, not expect. I think.
see, the thing about sex is a man needs it. A woman doesn't necessarily, she desires it more than a man. A man biologically needs sex. He needs it physically, not just emotionally and so on and so forth. So, and that's something that a lot of women may not understand. So that's why he often ends up using women a lot when he needs to have that release. And that's where the benefit of having prostitutes sometimes is because, okay, I ain't got nobody in my life right now and I got to have a release. Let me go get a massage or something to help satisfy that need. And so
But
when a
everybody
woman,
needs that touch. This is what the baby when you come out the womb, they say you need to get that skin to skin.
Yeah.
Everybody
Why you
needs
just
that
doing
touch.
men? Everybody,
But
male or
but
female,
come on,
not
needs
let's
it.
just
let's keep it
man.
real. We
And I
do.
mean, we probably
I
need it.
think
We need it, but
I think
They
Manny,
need it just as well.
you are a different, like what I'm learning about you is that like you think you're a very thoughtful person. I think if you were a woman you would still be a thoughtful woman, but you're actually a thoughtful man. And what I'm learning about um the men on this thing is that you guys put thought, you do think about things, so but when you have a situation in which you're just using a woman for sex, uh she does become objectified, whether you are aware that you're objectifying her or not. Because if you don't have an interest and her well-being, she is not a human to you. She's a blow-up doll. And I think when I mentioned blow-up doll earlier in the conversation, Dirty, he actually agreed. He was like, yeah, you know. And
I
so
wasn't one.
so a blow-up doll is what? She's just there for the one purpose. She doesn't have a personality. She just like it doesn't matter, but for that reason. And I think that is that's what it means to devalue someone. And that's why they had shotgun weddings back in the day. Why father would stand there to protect his daughter from being objectified. And she may be mad, oh, daddy, I love him. And her father's trying to save her from being objectified. But that doesn't, those type of standards have been shifted because of modern attitudes about liberal sex. But it's fascinating that we take on this propaganda to be so loosey goosey with sex. But at the end of the day, we all have these emotional needs that are not being satisfied because we've all started objectifying each other and not seeing the humanity in. I look for the humanity in men that I deal with, and I'm learning. I had to allow them to see my humanity. And sometimes I'm too good to a man before he earns it. And I had to learn.
Come through, V. Come through.
You understand what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, you giving them wifey treatment. You giving wifey treatment to a boyfriend,
Yes.
Or
and
the
all of
side
that is
chick.
reserved for a husband. And this is a low key what we've been finding out, that treatment is boyfriend and girlfriend status. This is a container that you guys fill up, but this container get to a point to where it gets so filled that y'all have to open up a new container. Y'all have to what y'all poured in, which all of the skills and all of the things that y'all poured into this container will open up will overfill into a new one called husband and wife. And this is the one that y'all want to seal the deal on. You feel me? Based on the things that y'all poured into each other as boyfriend and girlfriend. And that's the type. So the treatment, there's more treatment that you can get, or the same treatment that you would get as a boyfriend and girlfriend if you reserve it and use it right for your husband or wife, that there will be more significance just in the title. Everybody will like go for the degree, like master's degrees. You feel me? We're gonna go for the
Mhm.
gusto because that's what we're working towards. We're working for the title. The treatment comes with it, like you said. But as we decipher and we see it, that people is out here just reckless with it, and they can't decipher. So they'll
Well, I would
what
say
you
everybody's not going to make the NBA. Everybody think they can get like
respectfully.
that's some people are just blow up dolls. That's the reality. It's sad.
Yes.
It might. You know what I mean? And then I guess for a girl, somebody else could just be just a vibrator. Some people are not like they're not. They don't have like
They don't
you.
function like that.
Yeah, they don't have like what the fuck.
But when you guys say like touch too, like not everybody's into touch. Like I'm a no touch me. That's real. They call it celibacy, whatever. But in this 2026, they call it no touch me. Like yeah, I'm one of those. Like I rather mentally get it stabilized before you touch me. And that's one thing a lot of men lose on the first date is that they can't keep their hands or their sexual comments to themselves.
They weren't raised well. They ain't got no home training. um, which a lot of people don't these days.
But you
But
get what you put out. You get what you put out, right?
you have to I mean, I find, and
You get what you put out. If you putting out that type of fucking energy, then you're gonna get that type of nigga.
Calm down, Jimmy, because I look good. So if I walk outside right now with these sweats on, someone's still hollering. If I walk out with an afro,
No, I'm
breath
not. I'm
stinking,
not saying that.
they
I'm not
still
saying that love.
hollering.
I respect it. I'm not saying that love. I'm just saying not y'all, ladies. I'm just saying you get what you put out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying me personally. I'm saying just in general. If you're a woman that is an adjective to an eye of a man, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. You're still getting approached. And I'm not saying all their approaches are by good men. There's just approaches, if that makes sense. Like you don't have to look good to get approached. ugly,
But
ugly females.
that's
Yeah,
that's the thing. Somebody approaches somebody, and I'm not talking about, again, we're not personalized. I'm talking about just in general.
right,
Somebody
right,
approaches somebody, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I'm having a conversation with that person, and it's like, all right, well, what else are they good for? Oh, they're not really good for nothing else. That's
right.
it. That's not
Okay.
my fault that they don't read books or they haven't watched any documentaries. I don't know what the fuck.
True, true,
I'm just trying to
true.
get to know you, girl. That's
No,
it.
I'm not. I'm trying to get my dick sucked. I don't know about
Oh,
all of those. Like, I
well,
don't know about all this other extra stuff. You mad at me because you don't read books. You should have fucking read a book. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
I'm, I'm just here so I won't. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Now I'm wrong because I don't see the value in you. Like, that's the whole thing. Is like people's their impression of value in their self is always higher than probably like actually. It's like what I always say. Like, when you think about what's in, like, what, all right, what does a person want to do or doesn't want to do, or what they want to talk about or what they don't want to talk about. All right, I'm a comedian. What would I might want to talk about? Probably comedy, right? I want to probably talk about
Look it
comedy.
up.
You know what I mean? And then if you're not talking about that, I'm like, all right, well, then, oh, all right, well, I understand that this is not a conversation that I'm probably going to get a lot out of. But hey, whatever, I'm willing to have the conversation anyway, I guess. If it's going to end with some head or some shit, or maybe I won't even have the conversation.
At
But
the end of
it's
the
like,
day, I'm gonna leave here happy.
yeah. But like I realize most men don't have shit to talk about. Don't. They want all of this treatment, all these things, but other than that, this reality of life is you. I think that it's easy, be like you said, especially when they do look good or whatever. I think because they get all this attention for looking good, what else do you have besides looking good? And I'm not talking about. I'm talking about a person in general.
No,
All
no, I'm
right,
not taking out of this general. You're good. You're good.
you get what I mean? Or like, what else the fuck do you have? All right, you look good, cool. That's cool. You look good, but all right.
What else?
yeah, that's real
No,
talk.
I'm good.
like, people look good, all right. And then again, like I said, somebody was valuable. All right, even if you did read books, you might have read the type of books that Mega read. Me and Mega ain't read the same books, so your conversation with him is gonna maybe be more valuable than with me. I might not want to hear about that shit. I don't want to hear about farming. I'm not into that. So it's like, well, again, if you look good, I might be willing to listen to farming, or not just listen to farming, but get some help from somebody that look good. But but realize it's all it could be, because we can't talk about shit. We don't have shit to talk about because we're not the same. We don't like the same stuff. You don't like what I like. We don't like the same stuff. Like, you watching the shit that you watching, I'm not watching that, and you wondering. It's like, I don't know. I think people value themselves. They don't realize that it's subjective, and value can change between people. And it's just that it's like, to somebody who y'all don't have similar things, is gonna feel like, all right, yeah, that's cool. I heard you. You said what color crystals can make can bring you peace. I don't want to hear about that fucking crystal shit. I'm not a fucking Pokemon or a fucking Power Ranger. Why do I care about crystals? And I'm not intrigued by it. So it's like, I think that people confuse that. And most of the time, the most valuable thing you have is the thing that they want from you. And I'm not saying that's the most valuable thing you have in general. I mean, to that person. That's the most
In
valuable.
other words, you're saying you don't have anything in common with them.
Yeah, and to that person, the most valuable thing you have could be just, some top or some bottom. That's it. That's the most valuable thing you have to that person.
But the
They
thing
don't.
is, that's still objectifying.
I'm not saying. I never. I'm believe me. I don't think. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with being objective. I feel like some people are just objects, so they need to be. It's a good thing they are getting objectified because they're serving their purpose. But I'm saying that I get what you're saying, where you're saying somebody might be more valuable than that, but I don't know.
Everybody's only thing is that, okay, if you only see a human being as an object of, of your lust, you have to realize there's consequences to that. And
No
there
worries,
really
he's ready to deal with them.
there is consequences to that. When you use people, because you can't see their intrinsic God-given value outside of your lust, you can laugh if you want.
My
You can
bad. I'm
laugh.
saying. No, I'm saying. I'm just. My bad. I'm just thinking. You said they have God-given value. All right. That's what
You
I was
know,
talking about between their legs. That was God-given. That's their value. Oh man, that's hilarious. My bad. I'm sorry. I just heard the word.
You're setting
that's
yourself
fine.
up, You're setting yourself
Pardon me.
up. This is Mo.
Pardon me.
You're
Karma
setting
is
yourself up.
karma is real. I'm telling you the truth. You can laugh all you want. Karma is real. And
If
I've seen
somebody,
it.
so you think if somebody objectified me, I would be mad? If somebody just wanted me for as an object?
If somebody,
Huh?
like what they say, women, what did this preacher you saw? It was going around. Men use women for sex, women use men for money.
Oh.
So, so if you're being used for money, like your emotions are insignificant. How you feel about anything. Just give me the money and keep it going. I don't want, I don't care you had a bad day. I don't care if somebody just kicked your ass, I don't care, as we were talking about earlier in the conversation.
I know that's all.
But, so
But you
just
said you would leave that dude to do that.
I'm saying if it's early in
She
the
did. Yeah,
relationship,
you did. You definitely did that.
yeah. I said, but I did say I would
I'm
take
still
care of him.
leaving.
I said I would take care of him. I wouldn't just leave him. I said I would definitely be concerned, but
I'm just making a joke. Don't
I
mind me.
know, because it's to me, it's a very serious thing because of like sometimes because a man have those urges and he uses a woman to satisfy them, he often loses sight of her humanity. If you're just saying you want fellatio, because that's all she's good for. You have no sight that this is somebody's daughter. This is
Come on now.
somebody's, sister. This is a human being, and to you, that's insignificant.
And
And so
you guys will leave the nigga first fight. He can't protect you.
That's somebody's son.
Make it make
That's
sense. Yeah, make it make sense.
He lost in
Make
multiple
this shit
ways,
make
though,
sense.
Gemini. He lost
It
in
don't
multiple
matter,
ways.
man. Y'all
It does
getting too.
matter because you're the protector. I can't watch my protector losing all the time. That's crazy, bro. That's
You just
crazy, bro.
agreed
You're the
with you.
protector.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And I'm gonna catch that shit. I called it. I
He's
fucking
somebody's
called it.
son.
We ain't doing that. You gonna leave that nigga because he lost the fight. His first one in front of you. But he had
Okay.
16, 17 others.
You're correct. You're
Make it
correct.
make
But then
sense.
again, you would, and then at the same
Make it
time,
make
a man
sense.
would, and then at the
That's
same time,
excuses
a
now.
man will leave a home where the wife is cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, educating the kids, putting money in your pocket, giving you that sex, even if she's tired, making sure that house is
And a
clean,
woman
make sure
will
dinner's
put
on
this
the
nigga
table.
out
He will
through court
still have
system.
time to go take care of 3 other homes that he done built within this marriage
And a
without her
woman
knowledge.
will
So
kick a
let's
nigga
be clear
out.
here.
And a
When people
woman will
cheat,
kick
it's
a
because
nigga.
it's a choice, not because what someone else is doing. You're
And a
choosing
woman
to cheat.
will go through the court system to kick a nigga out because of her feelings.
Well,
Make
I'm
this shit make
sorry.
sense.
I didn't know that I got married to, have sex with other people without telling you. I didn't know that. I mean, maybe we should say that in the beginning, because then this marriage will be a smooth sailing where you can go ahead and have your side pieces and me as well. I'll just close my mouth and you'll close yours. If you tell me that from the beginning, we slew because somebody come in my face, I'm gonna be like, get out of my face. Move around. I know what my man doing.
You don't believe
It's
in
what you
royalty? You don't
accept,
see your
though.
husband.
It's what you
You don't see
accept.
your husband as a king?
Of course.
So then why he can't have concubines?
Because in the society that we live in and the way you
Oh,
got
no,
married
no,
to,
no.
no,
I'm not done.
I'm not done. Can I finish? Let me land. Let me land. I'm
Oh
in the
shit, my
ear.
bad.
I'm in
Go,
the
go, my
ear.
bad.
You feel
My
me?
bad, go.
So
My
in our
bad, sis.
society and as our group of grown-ups, we say marriage is amongst each other in a group fashion, right? And so we're here from what? Death, do us part, and we're gonna be what? We're gonna be truthful to each other, right? We're going to be with each other. Our thoughts are our thoughts. Remember our thoughts? Remember that word? Our thoughts is where you get lost at because you have a thought of your own and it never connects with mine. And that's why marriage is not working because it's our thoughts is the idea. Remember earlier in our this week we talked about marriage as well, right? And we talked about how you will feel within the marriage and what you will allow that person to do. Would you allow your person to step out? What was it this week? Would you allow your person to step out of the marriage if they feel like you weren't sexually pleasing them? Wouldn't that be our thought?
I'm saying that if you believe in royalty and monarchies, then there's rules to
Of
that too.
course, but the society that we live here in the bonds that you sign on that piece of paper, it doesn't say that though. It could be our choice. You're right because it's good. It could be our choice if I feel like you know what I'm too busy. I'm never really home, and my man he does deserve sex. He's a good man. He takes care of us. Da, da, da. That will be our thoughts, and I think people forget that is that you think that a woman would not submit to you because there's things you asked of her and she didn't submit to you. You in your thought you thought she should have done it, in her thought she didn't feel like it. Right? So those are choices are different from our thoughts. This decision right here of having someone come in a sexual manner should be our thoughts. Right? You picking up pizza and me getting chicken. That's your thought and my thoughts. And I've seen people fight over some pizza and chicken. You understand me? Like literally fist fight up out the house over I asked you to get pizza and you brung chicken. It's not that serious. That
No way
situation
would
is
it
not that
change.
serious. It doesn't need to be an our thought. Feel me? It's okay. But sex, especially to a woman, that needs to be an our thought. And if more men understand that, then they will understand the woman more better, where they don't need to submit to her if they don't feel like marriage is where they need to lay. And if you're happy, why do you still decide to seek? Some say gay, others say childhood trauma.
It's a
Why
lot
are
of
you
dynamics,
seeking? Even for
lot
head,
of
why are you seeking? You don't have no control over your sexual being. Yes, I want to have sex, but the next person that tells me I'm beautiful, I'm going to have sex with them because it's easy. I don't have to call them back. Let me get it off real quick. The respect of my body is more worth than $1. And people ask why women ask for money. We'll just figure it out. Some values are other. Hey, I don't know how they value it, but I know if in my day of heyday, and I'm gonna say heyday because it really was a heyday, me being a side chick mattered to that man more than you think. See, your side chick for you would be a little simpler, but for me, it wasn't a simpler thing for me. See, a house over here was happy. You understand what I mean? And I made
Yeah.
sure to build that character on that man. So whatever, she probably did the same thing. You feel me? She probably did the same thing, but it's so much hurt that she probably took I ain't took yet. And I'm probably not gonna never take because I'm just extra on the side.
Yeah.
But I laugh. Sorry.
respectfully.
What did Cardi
Good
B? What
episode.
he what did Cardi B say when the guy told her, "I just want to have fun," and she said, "I just want to pay my bills."
Hello.
and
Man, people different, two different ends of the spectrum, man. Two different times.
it is. I think that it's really interesting just to really dissect the two different views. Really, really interesting. But it definitely seems to be a male female thing. That's for sure.
Definitely. Tapping in them comments. You already know. You heard some of the questions. What's your views? What's your thoughts? What's your responses? What's your rebuttals? That brings us to the end of this flight. Do we crash or do we land?
I think we may have.
We landed.
We landed.
We landed.
We landed. We landed.
Say no
Great,
more.
great show. Great show.
Good landing. Good landing.
Yes.
Smooth landing. All right, we're gonna get to these episodes. Give one to these last commercials, and then we're gonna
Good night, everybody.
give
Good
my
night.
token.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Love and
Peace,
peace.
fade.
Peace. West.
Blessings and power, man.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half. Hot boy Shay. Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo. Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Damn. Nah, fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds, it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking niggas. Yeah. Oh, right. We outside.
I had people say, you just being you.
That is the show called Make Some Noise on the YouTube page called My Guy, I'm So Tyrell. Go tap in with that. You want something good to watch. Great episode today. I want to thank everybody who flied out with me. You in the comments, like, share, subscribe, sub, hype me up, all of that. And let's close this thing on now, man. As we wrap up today's episode, hold on, so y'all can see me. All right, man, let's do it. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to look at the real definitions of commitment. It has completely shifted. See, Kundalini playing games right now. We've watched traditional relationships fracture, and as a result, generations are hyper aware of the risk that comes with love. When we debate the line between boyfriend and husband or girlfriend and wife, we aren't just arguing over labels or legal paperwork. We are talking about our deepest fears. The fear of being trapped, the fear of being taken advantage of, and the fear of giving our everything to someone who might just walk away. Titles provide safety nets, but they cannot create safety. A marriage certificate doesn't guarantee emotional intimacy, and staying just doesn't automatically protect your heart from breaking. Real security isn't found in the word you use to introduce your partner. If it's built in the daily, unglamorous choices to show up, communicate honestly, and respect in each other's boundaries. Whether you choose the traditional path or redefine commitment on your own terms, the goal remains the same. Stop trying to get spouse level safety from a relationship where you haven't laid down partner level trust. Take a breath, take a real good look at the person sitting across from you, and ask yourselves, are we hiding behind a title or treatment? Or are we actually building a home? Thank you for listening. Protect your peace. See you next week. And land your plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land Land your plane. Land your plane. Land your plane.